This is Mason here with Fluid IQ Digital again, and in this quick video we're going to talk about a few things that could be impacting your search performance and really holding you back. This one is very basic, but we do see a lot of people that do not have this set up correctly, so we want to make sure that you do. And this is something that you can easily do yourself and is not super technical usually. So the first thing to do is actually go here to Google, and we're just going to search for Search Console to get to the right place. Now before you do that, make sure that you log into your Google account where you have analytics currently set up, or your other Google assets for your business. If you don't have one, you'll need to create one and then verify the domain, which we'll talk about here in just a second. So we're going to search for Search Console. Go there after we've logged into Google. Go to Search Console. Click Start Now. If you have your domain verified, it should show up in the list right here. So when you click that, you'll get a list of domains that you have verified. And you want to make sure that your primary domain variation is listed. Now, as we mentioned in another video, there could be multiple ways that your domain is listed here or will show up in the address bar. So if we go to just our main homepage, we will get the primary domain variation, hopefully, which in this case does not have www in front of it. It could have www, and that's okay. We just want to make sure that we're using the correct version, because Google will see www as a different URL, different domain, different website than the regular version. So we just want to make sure that we have our HTTPS and our security certificate in place. And if you want more information on how to check that, we do have other videos posted on our blog regarding domain variation and secure websites and things. But we want to take this main URL right here, which is our primary domain variation. Go to Search Console, and you can click Add Property. And when you do that, you will get a prompt to verify the domain. If you're logged into the same Google account where you have analytics installed, it will actually auto-verify the domain for you, which is nice. If you don't have analytics set up, or it's in a different account or something like that, it'll give you a prompt to go ahead and enter your domain prefix. And so we'll do that real quick so you can see. So you put it here as URL prefix is probably the easiest thing, unless you know how to do DNS verification on your domain. You have to get on the server and upload some stuff there. So that's a little bit more technical. You can use the URL prefix, which what that means is just this, and you make sure you have the full URL with the HTTPS, etc. We don't want to see any HTTP stuff, so if you have that, if you have HTTP there and it's not being redirected to HTTPS, then that's a different issue that you would need to fix first. But assuming that all of that's good, we'll just take the primary domain there and just plug it in. And if, like I said, if you have analytics already there in the same property or in the same Google account, when you click continue, it'll auto-verify that for you. If not, they'll give you a couple of other options to verify, and you can follow the prompts there to do that. So the first thing we're looking at in Search Console, once that's done, is performance. So this is where you can see your Google performance, and you can also see comparison date ranges. So this is going to tell us if our site's moving up in search, moving down, and some of the other various metrics regarding that. So if we look here, we can do last 28 to year over year or something, for example, and it'll tell you right here if the traffic's up or down. In this case, he's up about 250% or so on clicks anyway. So clicks and impressions are the most important thing here on this, as well as the click-through rate, which we'll talk about on in our video on leveraging data. and how to know what to optimize. But the two main reports that we're looking at right here are queries and pages. So the queries are the search queries that come up that your site's being ranked for in Google. It's not going to give you all of them. They hide about 75–80% of them from you now. They didn't used to do that, but it seems like they want you to buy Google Ads now before you can get all of your keyword data. Also pages, which is really the biggest one that we look at. This tells us the actual traffic for the pages, and this is accurate actually. This does give us exactly how many clicks. It doesn't give us all the keywords, but so we have to piece together that information using a few different other services. So the key thing here is to note which pages actually get the most traffic currently, and those are the ones that we want to try to optimize to see if we can bump those up. They're already ranked well, they're already getting a lot of traffic, and a lot of times if we tweak some of the pages, we can get a much better result on those pages after we've made our strategic implementations. The other thing to look for here is the coverage under index. If you have issues that Google is aware of, they will list them here under the details section. This is not a comprehensive site crawl, and there could be many other issues going on with your website. In order to find all of those, you would need a comprehensive site crawl from another service. So we do offer that to all of our clients in month 1 to fix every single broken link, every single issue that our clients have before we even start optimizing, to make sure that every change that we make is going to have the most impact, the maximum amount of impact possible on traffic and leads. So if we have issues here, Google is telling you that these things are holding your site back. So we better pay attention to that. The next one is sitemaps. We see a lot of people who don't have their sitemap submitted. This is a very simple thing to do. You just put in the URL of your sitemap, and if you don't have a sitemap, you'll need to create one, and there's several different ways to do that. Talk to your developer, or if you're familiar with WordPress or other platforms, a lot of times there's a plugin or something to generate that sitemap. And you just put the sitemap URL right here and then hit submit. So that's going to tell Google, it's saying here's all the URLs that I want to have indexed in Google, and they will use that in their ranking process. So sometimes submitting a sitemap can give you a nice bump in traffic, 5–10% right off the bat, with under 20 minutes of work or so.